Blakesley.
What?
Arnold Blakesley, does that name mean anything to you?
Not a thing.
Cordry. Cordy?
Sorry.
Corday. I've got it. Charlotte Corday.
What about her?
You've heard of her?
You doing a crossword puzzle?
No. I just wondered if the name meant anything to you.
Well, there was a Charlotte Corday during the French Revolution. Did it one of the ringleaders, Murat, I think.
She killed him?
In the bathtub. Ran him through with a knife.
Oh, Icky. I was hoping it would be something more pleasant.
I mentioned the name at all.
I don't know. It just popped into my head.
Interesting. Excuse me.
What?
Is there something bothering you?
No.
Well, there's something bothering me.
I'm sorry.
I'd like to finish this paper.
What paper is that?
It's the Denver Post.
Denver. That's in Colorado, isn't it?
You sure there's nothing bothering you?
Do you want to know what I've been thinking about?
No, thank you.
You're leaving?
I'm sorry, I'm very tired.
Well, it's been an unbridled delight talking with
I'm a very early riser.
Do you have the time?
It's a little after 10.
And the day?
Day is Monday.
And the month?
You don't know what month it is?
I don't know the month, the year, the occasion, or the location.
Now, nobody's that disoriented.
Well, I am.
For centuries we were taught that to be a woman was to be tender, intuitive, and spontaneous, and that to be a man was to be aggressive, rational, and controlled. But now we know that in every man there is a woman, and in every woman there is a man. Does this surprise you? It shouldn't. For the intricately human is neither masculine alone nor feminine alone. It is masculine and feminine in relationship. The man who is whole will be in touch with his compassionate and emotional side, and the woman who is whole will be in touch with her assertive, take-charge side. Neither will be embarrassed to express the opposite side of themselves, for he knows that his masculinity is increased rather than diminished by the presence of the feminine within him, and she knows that her femininity is heightened rather than compromised by the presence of the masculine within her. The masculine and feminine in relationship. This is the characteristic of an emotionally healthy human being.
It's like I suddenly materialized here on this spot, and I don't know who I am or where I came from or where I'm going, and I'm just a little bit upset.
You totally blanked out.
Tabula rasa, I think the term is. A blank slate.
You have no identification on you?
No ID, no purse, no nothing.
Well, sounds like a simple case of amnesia to me. You know, people have bad experiences and the mind just blanks it right out. That's probably what it is. You've temporarily forgotten your past.
I get the feeling I was put here.
What do you mean?
Well, put here, like on this porch. You know, like one of those survival schools where they just plop you out in the middle of nowhere and you have to find out how to get back all on your own.
Well, if it's any help to you, you're in Estes Park, Colorado. You're on the porch of the Stanley Hotel. You know the fellow who built the Stanley steamer? The very same fellow built this beautiful old hotel. I'm boring you.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's good. It's better to be bored than to be frightened.
Well, if your mind's a total blank, what's there to be frightened of?
I don't know exactly. It's just like something is closing in.
Now, why is that frightening?
Well, the closer it gets, the more terror I feel.
Sounds like the IRS.
What?
Never mind. But maybe you should try facing it.
No, thank you.
You know, thinking about facing it is probably worse than the actual confrontation would be.
I don't know.
Oh, I do, believe me. You know, I get anxiety, too, by the way. I own a little advertising agency in Burbank, California. Pierce and Cosgrove. I'm Pierce. I'm boring you again.
Yeah. Please. Please.
Right. Anyway, advertising. Oh, that's where anxiety got invented. Especially when you're going after a new account, like the time I went after this chain of coffee shops. You probably heard of them. Hot and Ready Coffee?
Doesn't really ring a bell.
Right. Just a small West Coast operation. Anyway, to back up a minute, about a year ago, my wife gets into a fender bender with a guy by the name of Williams, Jerry Williams. Now, she gets bruised a bit and he breaks an ankle, and the whole thing winds up in court. We win. Now, about a week before the trial ends, I have to make the presentation for the coffee shop account, and this account is the one that's going to put me on the map.
What has this really got to do
I'm
with
coming
me?
to that. I'm coming to that. Anyway, I find out they appoint a new manager by the name of Williams. Jerry Williams. Huh? Right? You talk about anxiety. I mean, you could have stroked me with a violin bow and played Scheherazade. I mean, I was driving everybody in the office nuts. Well, comes the day of the presentation. I walk into the meeting, and lo and behold, I find out this Jerry Williams is a woman.
So?
So, all the torture I was putting myself through, unnecessary. You get my point?
No.
Now, the point is, why worry about something until there's something to worry about?
Oh, that's easy for you to say.
Oh, I know. It usually takes more energy to run from something than it does to face it.
I suppose.
Why don't you just let it out, huh? Come on. Trust me. I'll help you.
Oh. I don't think it'll come unless I'm all alone.
Ah. Well, maybe if you once decide to face it, it won't come at all.
Why?
Because it's playing on your fear. But if you have no fear, it has nothing to play on.
Oh, I don't know.
I think that's very logical. Why don't you let the stupid thing out? Come on, be done with it.
Okay.
Good.
I'll try.
Good.
I'll try. Ooh. Well, it's not like a light switch.
Well, maybe we have to prime the pump a bit.
How's that?
Well, you're obviously an intelligent person, a thinking woman. You have opinions, values.
I suppose.
Well, I'll ask you a question. You give me an opinion. Pretty soon a personality begins to emerge. We follow the track. Bingo.
That sounds too simple.
All great solutions are simple.
Okay.
Now, what do you think about ERA?
What is ERA?
What's ERA? You call yourself a thinking person, intelligent woman?
No, I didn't. You did.
Equal Rights Amendment. Women having the same rights as men do.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Never mind. How do you feel about abortion?
Oh, I would think it's probably very uncomfortable.
Philosophically, I mean, are you in favor of it?
I don't know what to say exactly.
Oh, you would if you were pregnant. Do you feel it's your right to have or not have the child?
What about the child's right?
You'd be glad you had the option.
Just be glad your mother didn't.
Maybe we should try a different approach. How do you feel about sex?
Which one?
Not the gender, the act.
That's like asking me how I feel about the sunrise or about rain.
How do you feel about men?
Oh, they're definitely okay.
Oh, good. Now we get down to types.
Well, I don't really break them down into types.
Oh, come on. There are all kinds of men. Skinny, fat, old, ugly, young.
Oh, no, those aren't men types. Those are people types. For every skinny, fat old man, there's a skinny, fat old woman, neither of whom is distinguished by his or her skinny old fatness.
This isn't getting anywhere.
I knew that before this conversation began. What if I asked the questions?
What good would that do? I know who I am.
You find out more about people from the questions they ask than the questions they answer.
Okay, shoot.
Are you married?
Yes.
Her name?
Beverly.
Your first?
Third.
The first two.
Allison, then Janet.
No. I need more than names.
Well, Allison was the looker of the three.
What was the problem then?
She had the intelligence of a geranium and absolutely no social presence. I mean, you don't spend months currying the favor of a special client and then invite him over for tuna casserole.
Any children?
Yes, two with Janet, boy and a girl, Teddy and Marion.
And Faye.
Well, Faye is the daughter of my present wife, Beverly. Now, Teddy, he's reasonably bright. He lacks ambition. I don't know what to do.
Wait a minute.
What?
You have a stepdaughter, Faye?
I just told you.
But I said Faye first.
No, I did.
Oh, I thought I did.
Well, she's my stepdaughter. How could you?
Yeah.
Anyway, as I was saying, Teddy's reasonably bright. We're not very close. He lives with his mother. And Marion, of course, she's still in school.
And Judy.
We don't talk about Judy much. She's at the home.
Hold it.
Now what?
I did it again.
Did what?
I said Judy.
No, I did.
Yeah, but I said Judy first, just like I said
Now, what are you talking
Faye
about?
first.
What are you talking about?
Wait, now, you have a sister, right? Judy? She's 37. She's retarded. She has limited speech.
How did you know about that?
That's what I'm asking you.
Who told you about her?
No, it's true.
You're spying on me.
I am not.
Beverly hire you?
No.
How much is she paying you?
Shut up.
Don't tell me to shut up.
Shut up. I'm merely doing what we agreed to do and say whatever comes into my head.
Yeah, well, I have no further interest in anything you have to say.
What are you hiding?
Nothing.
Then why are you leaving?
Look, I've had it with you. You got some kind of crazy little game going on here.
You started it.
Well, I'm ending it.
Why? Because you're finding out more about you than about me.
Because you bore me.
Because I frighten you.
You do not.
Little Henry starts to dance just before he wets his pants.
What did you say?
Is your name Harry? Harry Pierce? You're 43. You were born in Highland Park, Illinois?
I haven't heard that song since I was 8.
10.
There are things in your head that nobody could know.
Would that include ice?
Ice?
On a creek. Hadley Creek when you were 5. When you were 5, you fell through the ice on Hadley Creek and almost drowned. And you still have nightmares about it, right? About searching for that hole in the ice and running out of breath. And you flailing about, and you almost screamed even though you were underwater, and then your toe touched the bottom, and then again. And with the last breath of air you had, you struggled to a shallow spot, and you stood up, and your head banged through the ice. And as cold as the water was when you gulped in the air, it was even colder, and you scrambled up on the ice.
It kept breaking under me.
Yes, but you were getting closer to the bank all the time, and you crawled up into the snow, and you stood up, and you ran all the way home. And when you got home, you ran to your mother just to hold on.
And all she could see was the mud tracked in by the creek and all over her carpet.
You tried to tell her what happened, but she wouldn't listen. She just flew into a rage and started hitting you.
Hit me, and I tried to run away, and she grabbed me, and
She was crying, Harry.
she cursed at me and screamed at me.
She was worried, sick, and mad at you.
Then she took off my clothes and spanked me.
She didn't know how to handle the situation, Harry. And that is when you felt more lonely than when you were under the ice.
I'm going insane.
That's a relief. I thought it was just me.
What's happening here?
Well, obviously there's a connection. Can I say something?
Nothing stopped you so far.
Well, it's about you. It's a feeling I have. I don't like you.
What?
I mean, at all. And yet I feel like I'm on your side. No, it's more than that. It's like you're my whole existence.
Now, that's absurd. We've never met.
I know.
Listen. Why don't you like me?
You're a cold fish. You don't relate.
Now, that's a ridiculous statement. I relate to everybody.
Yeah, for what you can get out of them.
People hold up their end. Harry Pierce holds up his.
You hold up your end and you push them off theirs.
It's wrong.
Yeah. What do you do with incompetent people, Harry?
If they're incompetent, Better they go.
A lot of them go, Harry.
Well, not everybody can live up to my standards.
Like Allison with the tuna casserole, that's just a wonderful basis for a marriage. How about Janet? Where did she blow it?
She couldn't make the sacrifice. What's the point?
Why did she have to make a sacrifice?
Every woman does. Married to a man on the way up. She came in with her eyes open.
She walked out the same way.
Yeah, well, she had no right, no right. I mean, you put a business together with time along with detail, so that the dull, dreary meetings, you're the one with the answers. That's where the power is.
That sounds really exciting.
You wouldn't understand.
Miss Beverly,
My present wife and
we're
I,
having a misunderstanding.
we understand each other perfectly. We just don't like each other.
Who loves you, Harry? Who do you love, Harry? Tabula rasa, Harry.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Well, what are you doing here?
Went to visit Wally in the hospital. Wally Cosgrove, my partner. Had a massive car in it. His heart just blew up like a landmine. And, God, he looked terrible. I didn't think he was going to be able to talk, and I asked him if there was anything I could do to help, and he said no. I was the one that put him there.
Oh, that must have been a real comfort to you.
And I left the hospital and hailed a cab and had him drive me to the airport, and walked into the terminal, looked up at the departure chart, and saw Denver.
That's how you decided on Denver?
Well, I knew Denver was near the mountains, and I always liked mountains, and so I rented a car at the airport and drove up here to Estes Park and saw this beautiful old hotel and checked in. That's about it. So what do you make of it?
If you're gonna have an anxiety attack, it's nice to have an expense account.
It's never happened to me before.
I know.
I don't think I can function. I know. Well, if you know so much, what can I do about it?
Tao se tai, pahandasu, ke danamithis.
Right. Thanks a lot. What does that mean?
Oh, that's from a Greek myth. It means, give all thou hast, then shall thou receive.
Just give it all up.
You got it. Turn it all over.
Now, how am I supposed to do that?
You're already very close.
Oh, I am.
Yes. For instance, do you believe that story you told about coming here to Estes Park?
That's the way it happened.
You mean it was just an accident?
That's right. Look, if you've got something to say, why don't you just say it?
Arnold Blakesley, Harry. Bummy Blakesley. Okay, the letter in your pocket. Bruin reunion, class of 56. 65 of you, and 63 are still accounted for. Not a bad class, huh? You're spread out all over the globe. London, Paris, Cairo, Rome, Hong Kong, Seattle, Burbank, even Estes Park.
25 years. It's crazy.
So, do something crazy, Harry.
I just can't, just walk up to him and, say hello to him after 25 years.
Well, call him. Look, you've got the number right there in front of you. Go ahead. Trust me, I'll help you.
This is crazy. It's crazy. Oh, yes, operator, room, 203. Thank you. Hello, is this the Blakesley residence? Is this Arnold Blakesley? Is this Bunny? Did you go to Highland Park High? Oh, your father, yeah, right. Is he there? Thank you. I thought it was him. It was his... Hello, Bummy? This is Harry Pierce from down the street. No, 30 years ago down the street, yeah. How are you? Oh, fine. Listen, I got this Bruin reunion thing in the mail, and I figured, what the hey, you know, give Bummy a call. You got it too, huh? Yeah. Hey, listen, you hear anything from the old crowd? No, me neither. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 2 daughters and a son. Looks like I'm gonna be a grandfather pretty soon. You are already? 3 times? My God, you've been busy. No, I'm calling long distance. From Burbank, California. Yeah, just a good connection, I guess. No, I just called to say hello and, hey, Bunny, I'm not keeping you up, am I? I know it's a late hour to be calling. It's... Okay, well, this is gonna sound crazy, Bummy, but you remember the time you and I were in my backyard?
Regretful response, 8 letters.
Well, it wasn't really you and me. It was really Joey Marino and me. And you were coming back from Sunday school, and you were all dressed up, and we were riding you. And Joey said to hold him, and I did. And Joey pulled out some rotten tomatoes from a garbage can, and he hit you in the face with them. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry doesn't work. It's only got 7 letters.
Yeah, I could still smell them, too. You didn't try to pull away or anything, and you just looked at me with that look, and then you just turned around and walked on home. And
I got it. Owning up.
And we were pretty good friends before that, and after that, we weren't close at all. And... well, I think about that a lot, Bummy, and it bothers me that I never apologized for it. I mean, honest to God, Bummy, I didn't know Joey was gonna fling those tomatoes, you know. Hey, no, you don't have to say anything. I just, wanted to get it off my chest. Oh, no, hey, that's okay. I can afford a phone call. I got my own advertising agency. In Burbank, right. So, you got 3 grandchildren, huh? My God, it's hard to believe. Yeah. Well, look, Bummy, Estes Park is near Denver, isn't it? Well, I get up to Denver every so often, and I figured the next time I'm in town, I'd come over to say hello. Yeah. I'm sorry to call you so late, and... Oh, Bummies. It's great hearing you, too. Yeah. Right. Good night, Bummy. Well...
There's hope.
Yeah, I feel pretty good. I feel like I could function again.
Like your old self?
Yeah.
Then there's no hope.
Well, of course, I'll have to, I should talk to Wally more often.
At length.
And my wife.
All 3 of them.
And my kids.
Well, don't expect miracles.
You know, maybe you and I could do this again sometime.
Oh, anytime you like.
If I'd met you earlier, I wish I'd met you earlier.
Yeah, I think that's been the problem, hasn't it?
You know, when I talk to you, it's like I'm talking
To yourself.
Only you're a woman and lovely, warm, and sensitive.
So are you.
No. I mean, you're the woman in me.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? I just met you early. I wouldn't have done...
We wouldn't have done a lot of things.
Well, thank...
Oh, no, the pleasure's been all mine.
Hey, you know something?
What?
You should try wearing
Wearing
your...
my hair.
Oh.